Okay.
Yeah. No, it actually worked. I mean, I think I fixed one problem where my voice was a little louder than yours, but I'm not too worried about that anyway.
Okay. Let me send it to Alexis.
Oh, I just did. Or I
The
mean,
meeting link?
to her email anyway. Yeah, the meeting invite. I don't know if there's a way to text people from Google Meet, but
I just sent it to her in a text too. Hopefully.
where did you see the text? So the hyperlink about the UNP JYF thing?
Yeah, I copied that and put it in a text.
Oh, I got it now. It worked.
Okay, good.
Oh, sweet.
Do y'all like my cabin?
I know. I was like, oh, you got a fitting log cabin background. Oh, and
No.
Scott's rocking the Rick and Morty Snuggie.
Yeah, no, it's super cold today. We got a few inches of snow last night, so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cold. I loved Rick and Morty. I used to watch it so often.
What do you mean?
Such a
before
good.
Justin Roiland got canceled out of it, or?
Oh, I don't know. I just hit a point where I just stopped watching it, but like I used to watch it so much.
Yeah, it's super good. I mean, it's still okay, but the guy that played both Rick and Morty got fired from the show, and they replaced them with two different voice actors. So
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, I didn't stick around long enough for that. I would have been out immediately because he's so good. He's so good.
Yeah.
My favorite one is where Morty is on trial. He's like in the intergalactic trial, and then he's like, "This isn't fair, guys. My lawyer's a Morty." Oh, it's good stuff. Okay, anyway, Mom doesn't know what we're talking about, but it's fine.
That's okay. Would it be better if I was portrait as opposed to widescreen?
Oh, I don't think it matters.
I mean, for recording purposes, I think it's better widescreen, but whatever's
all right.
easier for you,
I don't see a way to change it now. It would let me change it earlier, but.
Can you overbake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this your phone or is this a computer webcam?
I'm on a computer tonight, so I don't have to worry about my battery.
That's why she can do the log cabin.
Yes.
Or the right.
Yeah.
Okay, here I'm gonna turn this around so I can show you guys. Oh no, that's turning it off. Can I turn it? Oh yeah, here we go.
It's big enough for 2 people.
I love it.
Only if one of them's crushing the other one to death. Here we go. Sit like this. There you go.
See?
Oh yeah.
And it's just on our 2 columns inside the house.
Yeah, here.
It's still pretty fun.
Yeah. That's my idea. Good, nice indoor
It's
camping.
the hammock you got me, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, she knows. She knows.
Yeah, I love it.
Mom got him that hammock for Christmas, so he wanted to show her that he's using it.
Sweet, it's cool. I don't know what I think of the idea of indoor camping, but I mean, when you're a kid, I'm sure it's fun.
Oh, he's not even indoor
He's
camping.
just
He
enjoying
he just wanted to set it up, and I was like, "Oh, we don't have any trees, bro, and also it's dark, so we have to do it from the columns." He's like, "Nah, that's fine. I just want to try it out. I just want to try it." Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
How was work today, Scott?
Bad, but you know, that's how it goes.
Oh no.
Do you always
What?
work that late?
Yeah, I mean, the store closes at 7, so I'm usually there right up until then.
Oh.
Where are you working?
It's in Sterling, Virginia, near the Best Buy and Walmart shopping center.
And then you hear Mom?
I mean, I can sort of hear you.
Now you're echoing really. I'm really echoing bad.
I didn't even change anything.
And she can't hear us at all.
That's quite odd.
It's quite odd.
Hmm.
Let me check. I
Let me check. I don't think they changed anything.
Yeah, I can hear you both.
Yeah, I can hear you both.
Alexis is a
little soft, but
at some level.
At some level.
No, but it can't hear us. I think he can hear me.
No, I can hear.
I can hear.
Sort of hear you guys. Can I hear you? Are we doing sign language?
Are we doing sign language now?
You can hear me.
How about now?
Now I can hear you.
Yeah.
And the echo's gone.
I can't. You're still so quiet. Hold on. How about now?
I can hear you.
Oh, now I can hear you.
Okay. Can you hear
It was
Scott?
something with my phone was trying to connect to something.
Oh.
So it was like trying to Bluetooth the sound to somewhere. I don't know where, but okay. So it's like, I can't hear you from this random speaker in your bedroom. Yeah. It doesn't have a microphone. That's why. Okay. Anyway, I think it's okay now.
I mean, microphones seem good. You can both still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we can.
No echo or anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's all it was. Okay.
Okay, good.
Anyway, where do you work? That you were trying to answer the question, where are you working?
It's at a music store called Melody Music in Sterling, Virginia. It's up here between the Best Buy and Walmart shopping centers.
Nice. And what do you do there? Teach music lessons? Restring guitars?
Mostly repairs and upgrades, inventory.
You got a butter bell.
I do have a butter bell. Yeah, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, is that what that's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you put butter in it and then it sits upside down in water like this and you can just leave it out and it keeps it good.
Oh, I never thought of that. That's pretty cool.
Apparently it's how they kept butter until there was refrigeration.
In the South.
Yeah.
So you do lessons and repairs and stuff, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's all pretty much purely hands-on work.
Inventory, repairs. Okay, that's cool.
Not a lot of sales.
No, fortunately, the only thing related to sales I have to do is get down a guitar from the rack if someone wants a specific one. Like, I don't make a commission. I'm not required to push products. I don't think I can handle that.
Yeah.
Were you just sick of doing computer stuff?
Well, no, whenever my old company let everyone go, basically, you had the option of accepting a severance package, which required a non-compete clause for 1 year. That's only if you accepted the severance, but the offer was very generous, the amount they gave us. So I figured, why not? I'm kind of bored with computers anyway. I might as well go do something I'd consider to be fun and make a little bit of money.
Right.
And then, I just kept doing that.
And then, okay, but it's been more than a year now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. Well, if you like it, whatever. Just do something you like doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unfortunately, we found out at the beginning of the year, or shortly thereafterwards, the owner is actually closing the location where I work out of, which is a shame because it's our biggest store. And he said, and I only work part-time anyway. I can't make more than 30 hours a week or I get yelled at. So he said, with this one closing, you're a pretty good worker. If you want to work out of one of the other two locations of ours that I've sent you to before, You can, but I have to give you less hours because they're both smaller stores. I'm like, no, man, I've already been through this rodeo once. It's just so frustrating to be let go from two jobs when it's entirely not my fault.
Right.
Yeah. It's just because the thing is closing or whatever.
Yeah, I'm still not sure if it was like flat sales or why we're closing this one. But my old job, it totally made sense because we were owned by Rico, if you've heard of them, printer company.
Yeah.
So are you on your belly? Yeah. Okay.
So sort of at the height of COVID, by the time we reached that, Rico's stock like went in the toilet because no one is leasing printers for the office. So I it's no real surprise that they went that route. Even though it seems like we were the only branch of the company that was even profitable.
Right. Yeah, well, not enough to hold everybody else up, I
Yeah.
guess.
No, definitely not. We were kind of like mostly independent. They didn't interfere too much. I don't know. The whole thing just doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bummer. You think you'll look for something else music-wise, or you don't know yet?
No, I'm getting kind of bored of that anyway. I'm going to start applying for more IT work here in the next week or two.
Oh, nice.
Might take a little break, but
Nice. Okay. Well, that's cool. I think people can understand that too. Like on a resume, they're like, oh, yeah, I wanted to do something that was like enjoyable for a time.
Yep.
I wanted to do something that was nice for a little while.
Yeah. You can always say, I needed to do something a little more creative.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I like that.
Yes. Instead of fun or nice or
Oh
did
yeah,
you
yeah,
suck really
exactly.
bad.
Something more. That's right. Yeah,
More
yeah. You gotta
creative
have
and
good PR, I
expressive.
guess. I needed a little creative outlet for a while.
No, some of it actually is creative work, like the upgrades and custom guitars. Like one of my students, a young kid, or I don't know, like early teens, actually designed a guitar in a program called Maya, and then 3D printed it, or in several cases, and had me assemble it, attach it, install the electronics, all that stuff. It didn't sound very good, but you're
But he did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's cool that he did it.
Yeah.
Or she. That's so cool, though. That's very creative. How fun.
Yeah. So we want to read, or I'm sorry.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Go ahead. I was just going to ask Scott. When you have students, you say they're just guitar. You're teaching guitar, right?
Yeah, just guitar, sometimes bass, but no wind instruments or brass.
Yeah.
Board.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it. I don't think I have the lungs for a brass instrument. And definitely not singing. That's my goal.
What
Right.
about keyboard, piano?
Yeah, I've done a few of those. I've gotten pretty decent at keyboard since I got these two. That was back when I broke my shoulder because I could only really use one hand. So this would be some way to get back into the for that.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Nothing on Jonathan's level. That dude is like a keyboard master.
Yeah.
He makes a whole symphony out of a keyboard.
I know, and he's got keyboards everywhere.
I know.
Keyboard, he wears a keyboard, he walks over there to this keyboard.
I'm always trying to quietly count all the keyboards when he's playing. I'm like, I just see how many unique keyboards I can find in the background. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and he rotates them around, gets new ones places all the time. So it's it's almost useless to try and count that.
To try to keep up with it.
Keep track. That makes sense. Never mind me. I'm just making dinner for my kids, but you can read or whatever you guys
Okay,
want.
all right. So we ready?
Yeah.
Get
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Did he say hot water bottle
Yeah.
for warmth?
No, it's for his reading companion.
Oh, it involves a hot water bottle?
It's that bag thing. It has something to do with hot water. I don't know.
I thought he said that was like it was two separate things. Oh well. Who cares?
Well,
That's good.
maybe I
I
don't
don't care
care
that. What?
Some good yellow bell peppers.
Yes. Yes, some yellow bell peppers. Oh, no. Well, I don't know if good is the right word. It looks like that piece is... That's so weird. It's just right there in that one spot. I hate stuff like that, though, because I always feel like, well, what part can't I? Maybe there's something I can't see.
Yes. Where has it spread and I can't see it? Hi, Aston.
She said, hi, Aston. I have my AirPods in.
I know.
Here.
I realized that.
But she waved.
She said, I saw, she waved. I put him in because Scott was overhearing them. I think that's what was making him pause. He couldn't figure out where the the noise was coming from.
Yeah, those things, well, I can still hear them on the AirPods, some. Like I can hear Aston.
Oh, right now, okay.
Just when he was there.
When he was standing right beside me. Yeah, hopefully they blocked out some of it in the background, but when he's standing right beside me, they picked him up. Yeah.
I see Nezzy.
Oh, yeah, I didn't realize you can see that far, yeah.
I can see her.
Speaking of which, Austin, what do you feed Nez? You don't have to. Only if you're willing. Well, I'm about to give you your food in like 35 seconds. It's a food project? I'm not worried.
It's to freeze something, so it won't be.
Oh, it's to freeze something. Okay. Aston, what do you want with the bell peppers? Just bell peppers, or you want cucumbers too, or carrots? Aston?
Give me 1 second.
Okay. Give me 1 second, please. That's fine. I understand. Feeling overwhelmed. I'll be quiet. And you can just tell me. I just was asking which veggies you want. Bell peppers? Do you want carrots and cucumbers too? Or just bell peppers?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Well, on their purification thing, which they're almost at the very end of, they have to eat vegetables every day. That's one of the requirements. So Aston has like a limited thing of vegetables, but the other day he tried green beans.
So good.
And he really liked the green beans.
Good.
We got green beans from, I ordered him a steak from Black Angus, and I got him green beans with it. And
Okay,
he's
so
like,
these.
Yes, they were cooked.
Yeah.
And he only eats them, everything fresh if he's going to eat vegetables. Yes,
Yeah, that's what I
exactly.
thought.
Yeah, but he tried the green beans, so that was an unexpected one. But otherwise, we're down to a few vegetables. So it's like, would you like carrots, cucumbers, or bell peppers,
Yes.
or a little of each? I give him.
I had avocado today for lunch with my
Avocado.
with my lunch.
They sent all the good ones to you guys. When it's off season or whatever it is, then it's like they gotta send them to other places, and we sometimes get the crappy. We just have the crap.
leftovers.
Yeah, and I'm like, I know there's a bunch of good avocados right over there. Where are they?
I drive by them every day.
But nobody else has even any, so they send the good ones.
Yep.
Everywhere else. Austin, do you want 2 halves or just 1?
Definitely 2. I used to have 1 of them, but you don't ask me anymore. As I grow up, I cannot live with 1.
With 1, okay. Now you.
Yeah. But they're not just anything.
He's back.
So does the hot water have anything to do with the vaping?
What?
With the vaping?
The reading companion.
No, the hot water is for the hot water is for some Yorkshire tea.
Okay. Okay.
I was asking because I said, wait, I don't think it involves hot water. What's the heating of the hot water? Doesn't have anything to do with the reading companion.
Yeah, I just figured well, like 5 minutes before we started making a nice warm drink.
Nice.
All right. Ready?
Lovely. Yeah.
Okay. Chapter 3. Oh, it tries to space it out. A short rest. Hey, something.
Was it like the 2 lines between the title and the
Well, now when I hold up here, when I look at it, it looks like the background is trying to make.
Oh, yes, it's trying to make it disappear. Into the, yeah.
It's trying to blur it out or something.
Yeah, true.
Make it.
Okay. A short rest. Chapter 3. They did not sing or tell stories that day, even though the weather improved, nor the next day, nor the day after. They had begun to feel that danger was not far away on either side. They camped under the stars, and their horses had more to eat than they had, for there was plenty of grass, but there was not much in their bags, even with what they had got from the trolls. One morning they forded a river at a wide, shallow place full of the noise of stones and foam. The far bank was steep and slippery. When they got to the top of it, leading their ponies, they saw that the great mountains had marched down very near to them. Already they seemed only a day's easy journey from the feet of the nearest. Dark and drear it looked. though there were patches of sunlight on its brown sides, and behind its shoulders the tips of snow peaks gleamed. Is that the mountain? Bilbo asked in a solemn voice, looking at it with round eyes. He had never seen a thing that looked so big before. Of course not, said Balin. That is only the beginning of the Misty Mountains, and we have got to get through or over or under those somehow before we can come into Wilderland beyond. And it is a deal of a way, even from the other side of them, to the Lonely Mountain in the east, where Smaug lies on our treasure. Oh, said Bilbo, and just at that moment he felt more tired than he ever remembered feeling before. He was thinking once again of his comfortable chair before the fire in his favorite sitting room in his hobbit hole, and of the kettle singing, not for the last time. Now Gandalf led the way. We must not miss the road, or we shall be done for, he said. We need food, for one thing, and rest in reasonable safety. Also, it is very necessary to tackle the Misty Mountains by the proper path, or else you will get lost in them, and you have to come back and start at the beginning again, if you ever get back at all. They asked him where he was making for, and he answered, You are come to the very edge of the wild, as some of you may know. Hidden somewhere ahead of us is the fair valley of Rivendell, where Elrond lives in the last homely house. I sent a message by my friends, and we are expected. That sounded nice and comforting, but they had not gotten there yet, and it was not so easy as it sounds to find the last homely house west of the mountains. There seemed to be no trees, and no valleys, and no hills to break the ground in front of them, only one vast slope going slowly up and up to meet the feet of the nearest mountain. A wide land, the color of heather and crumbling rock, with patches and slashes of grass green and moss green showing where water might be. Morning passed, afternoon came, but in all the silent waste there was no sign of any dwelling. They were growing anxious, for they saw now that the house might be hidden almost anywhere between them and the mountains. They came on unexpected valleys, narrow with steep sides that opened suddenly at their feet, and they looked down surprised to see trees below them and running water at the bottom. There were gullies that had been cut that they could have almost leapt over, but with very deep waterfalls in them. There were dark ravines that one could neither jump over nor climb into. There were bogs, some of them green, pleasant places to look at, with flowers growing bright and tall, but a pony that walked there with a pack on its back would have never come out again. I don't know if you can see that illustration. No, it's totally blurring it. Can you see it at all?
Not really. It's getting like totally CGI.
Totally blacked out. Okay.
Yeah, it turns it into snowy cabin immediately.
It was indeed a much wider land from the ford to the mountains than you would have guessed. Bilbo was astonished. The only path was marked with white stones, some of which were small, and others were half covered with moss or heather. Altogether, it was a very slow business following the track, even guided by Gandalf, who seemed to know his way about pretty well. His head and beard wagged this way and that as he looked for the stones, and they followed his lead, but they seemed no nearer to the end of the search when the day began to fail. Tea time had long gone by, and it seemed supper time would soon do the same. There were moths fluttering about, and the light became very dim, for the moon had not risen. Bilbo's pony began to stumble over roots and stones. They came to the edge of a steep fall in the ground so suddenly that Gandalf's horse nearly slipped down the slope. Here it is at last, he called, and the others gathered around him and looked over the edge. They saw a valley far below. They could hear the voice of hurrying water in a rocky bed at the bottom. The scent of trees was in the air, and there was a light on the valley side across the water. Bilbo never forgot the way they slithered and slipped in the dusk down the steep zigzag path into the secret valley of Rivendell. The air grew warmer as they got lower, and the smell of the pine trees made him drowsy, so that every now and again he nodded and nearly fell off, or bumped his nose on the pony's neck. Their spirits rose as they went down and down. The trees changed to beech and oak, and there was a comfortable feeling in the twilight. The last green had almost faded out of the grass when they came at length to an open glade, not far above the banks of the stream. It smells like elves, thought Bilbo, and he looked up at the stars. They were burning bright and blue. Just then, there came a burst of song like laughter in the trees. Oh, what are you doing, and where are you going? Your ponies need shoeing, the river is flowing. Oh, tra-la-la-lolly, here down in the valley. Oh, what are you seeking, and where are you making? The faggots are reeking, the bannocks are baking. Oh, tra-la-la-lolly, the valley is jolly, ha-ha. Oh, where are you going, with beards all wagging? No knowing what Mr. Baggins and Balin dwelling down into the valley in June, ha-ha. Oh, will you be staying, or will you be flying? Your ponies are straying, the daylight is dying. To fly would be folly, to stay would be jolly, and listen and hark till the end of the dark to our tune, ha-ha. So they laughed and sang in the trees, and pretty fair nonsense, I dare say you think it. Not that they would care. They would only laugh all the more if you told them so. They were, of course, elves. So soon Bilbo caught glimpses of them as the darkness deepened. He loved elves, though he seldom met them, but he was a little frightened of them too. Dwarves don't get on well with them. Even decent enough dwarves like Thorin and his friends think them foolish, which is a very foolish thing to think, or get annoyed with them. For some elves tease them and laugh at them, and most of all, their beards. Very well, said a voice. Just look, Bilbo the Hobbit on a pony. My dear, isn't it delicious? Most astonishing and wonderful. Then off they went into another song as ridiculous as the one I have written down in full. At last a tall young fellow came out from the trees and bowed to Gandalf and Thorin. Welcome to the valley, he said. Thank you, said Thorin in a bit gruffy a bit gruffly, but Gandalf was already off his horse and among the elves, talking merrily with them. "You are a little out of your way," said the elf. "That is, if you are making for the only path across the water and to the house beyond, we will set you right. But you had best get on foot until you're over the bridge. Are you going to stay a bit with us and sing with us, or will you go straight on? Supper's preparing over there," he said. I could smell the wood fires for the cooking. Tired as he was, Bilbo would have liked to stay a while. Elvish singing is not a thing to miss. In June, under the stars, not if you care for such things. Also, he would have liked to have a few private words with these people that seemed to know his names and all about him, although he had never seen them before. He thought their opinion of his adventure might be interesting. Elves know a lot and are wondrous folk for news, and know what is going on among the peoples of the land, as quick as water flows, or quicker. But the dwarves were all for supper as soon as possible just then, and would not stay. On they all went, leading their ponies till they were brought to a good path, and so at last to the very brink of the river. It was flowing fast and noisily, as mountain streams do of a summer evening, when sun has been all day on snow far above. There was only a narrow bridge of stone without a parapet, as narrow as a pony could well walk on, and over that they had to go, slow and careful, one by one, each leading his pony by the bridle. The elves had brought them lanterns to the shore, and they sang a merry song as the party went across. "Don't dip your beard in the foam, father," they cried to Thorin, who was bent almost onto his hands and knees. "It is long enough without watering it." "Mind Bilbo doesn't eat all the cakes," they called. "He is too fat to get through keyholes yet." "Hush, hush, good people, and good night," said Gandalf, who came last. "Valleys have ears, and some elves have over-merry tongues. Good night." And so at last they all came to the last homely house, and found its doors flung wide. Now, it is a strange thing, but things that are good to have and days that are good to spend are soon told about, and not much to listen to. While things that are uncomfortable, palpitating, and even gruesome may make a good tale, and take a good deal of telling anyway. They stayed long in that good house, 14 days at least. They found it hard to leave. Bilbo would gladly have stopped there forever and ever, even supposing a wish would have taken him right back to his hobbit hole without trouble. Yet there is little to tell about their stay. The master of the house was an elf friend, one of those people whose fathers came into strange stories before the beginning of history. The wars of the evil goblins and the elves and the first men in the north. In those days of our tale, there were still some people who had both elves and heroes of the north for ancestors, and Elrond, the master of the house, was their chief. He was as noble and as fair in face as an elf lord, and as strong as a warrior, as wise as a wizard, as venerable as a king of dwarves, and as kind as summer. He comes into many tales, but his part in the story of Bilbo's great adventure is only a small one, though important, as you will see if we ever get to the end of it. His house was perfect, whether you liked food or sleep or work or storytelling or singing or just sitting and thinking best, or a pleasant mixture of them all. Evil things did not come into that valley. I wish I had time to tell you even a few of the tales or one or two of the songs they heard in that house. All of them, the ponies as well, grew refreshed and strong in a few days there. Their clothes were mended, as well as their bruises, their tempers, and their hopes. Their bags were filled with food and provisions, light to carry, but strong to bring them over the mountain passes. Their plans were improved with the best advice. So the time came to Midsummer's Eve, and they were to go on again with the early sun on Midsummer morning. Elrond knew all about the runes of every kind. That day he looked at the swords that they had brought from the troll's lair, and he said, "These are not troll make. They're old swords, very old swords, of the high elves of the west, my kin. They were made in Gondolin for the Goblin Wars. They must have come from a dragon's horde or goblin plunder, for dragons and goblins destroyed that city many ages ago. Thorin, the rune's name Orcrist, the goblin cleaver in an ancient tongue of Gondolin. It was a famous blade. This, Gandalf, was Glamdring, foe hammer that the king of Gondolin once wore. Keep them well. Whence did the trolls get them, I wonder?" said Thorin, looking at his sword with new interest. "I could not say," said Elrond, "but one may guess that your trolls had plundered other plunderers or come on the remnants of old robberies in some hold in the mountains. I have heard that there are still forgotten treasures of old to be found in the deserted caverns of the mines of Moria since the Dwarf and Goblin War." Thorin pondered these words. "I will keep this sword in honor," he said. "May it soon cleave goblins once again." "A wish like that is likely to be granted soon enough in the mountains," said Elrond. "But show me your map. Show me now your map." He took it and gazed long at it, and he shook his head, for he did not altogether approve of dwarves and their love of gold. He hated dragons and their cruel wickedness, and he grieved to remember the ruin of the town of Dale and its merry bells, and the burned banks of the bright river running. The moon was shining in a broad silver crescent. He held up the map, and a white light shone through it. "What is this?" he said. There are moon letters here, beside the plain runes which say 5 feet high the door and 3 may walk abreast." "What are moon letters?" asked the hobbit, full of excitement. He loved maps, as I've told you before, and he also liked runes and letters and cunning handwriting, though when he wrote himself it was a bit thin and spidery. "Moon letters are rune letters, but you cannot see them," said Elrond. "Not when you look straight at them. They can only be seen when the moon shines behind them. And what is more, with the more cunning sort, it must be a moon of the same shape and season as the day when they were written. The dwarves invented them and wrote them with silver pens, as your friends could tell you. They must have been written on a midsummer's eve in a crescent moon a long while ago. What do they say? Asked Gandalf and Thorin together, a bit vexed perhaps that even Elrond should have found this out first. Though really there had not been a chance before, and there would not have been another until goodness knows when. Stand by the grey stone when the thrush knocks, read Elrond, and the setting sun with the last light of Durin's day will shine upon the keyhole. Durin, said Thorin. He was the father of the fathers of the eldest race of dwarves, the Longbeards, and my first ancestor. I am his heir. Then what is Durin's day? Asked Elrond. The first day of the dwarves' new year, said Thorin, is as all should know the first day of the last moon of autumn on the threshold of winter. We still call it Durin's day when the last moon of autumn and the sun are in the sky together, but this will not help us much, I fear, for it passes our skill in these days to guess when such a time will come again. That remains to be seen, said Gandalf. Is there any more writing? None to be seen by this moon, said Elrond, and he gave the map back to Thorin. And then they went down to the water to see the elves dance and sing upon the midsummer's eve. The next morning was midsummer's morning, as fair and fresh as could be dreamed, blue sky and never a cloud, and the sun dancing on the water. Now they rode away amid songs of farewell and good speed, with their hearts ready for more adventure, and with the knowledge of the road they must follow over the misty mountains to the land beyond. That's it.
Oh, that was a much shorter
A
chapter.
little bit shorter chapter. That takes us to chapter 4, Over Hill and Under Hill.
I like that part, but I don't know if I agree. But I like that part where he says that he said like fair, warm days are quickly talked about, but they're not good to listen to, basically. That they're boring to listen to, but bad days make a better tale. But I don't know, people I know sure do like to talk about their bad days.
I know.
I don't know that they're quick to talk about their good day, how good it was, and sunny and nice it was. I like how he said it, but I don't know if that's true. All right, it's gone.
Look it out.
Okay, like when it's, oh no, it still did it. Yeah, at first it didn't, but then it turns into the window. Yeah.
Honey, I can turn that off. I was just playing around while I was waiting.
Oh yeah,
Where'd all this stuff?
Scott, let's figure out. You got an analysis question for us this time?
Maybe analysis. I was just thinking, it's just odd that Peter Jackson adapted that one book into a full trilogy, like he did the first trilogy in Rebels. So
Right.
one part I really liked was doing this sort of poetry, and where the elves are singing. I don't remember that ever getting into the movies.
Well, in fact, I was thinking when she was reading that part, I was like, the only comment I would ever have on Peter Jackson's adaptations, which I think are really good, is that the elves are sort of serious. They seem very like ethereal, but in The Hobbit, they seem very jolly and silly.
It's silly. I was going to say almost silly because Gandalf's like, now hush up.
And they don't seem like they have the capacity to be silly the way they are in the movie. They don't seem like a creature that has silliness.
Very solemn and very...
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like an odd change to remove that and sort of resculpt their characters.
Yeah.
Maybe it was better if the rest of the movies were more serious. I don't know. I think it would have been nice to have some comic musical relief like that.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I like that part. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, why they didn't? He really didn't show that in the movie. Nope. Nice. Okay. Well, we're on the same page there. That's right. I got my warm milk. See?
I know. I'm sitting here watching you guys. You're wondering something. I'm going to go make me a cup of hot chocolate.
She's wrapped up in an Afghan.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering what you were putting in there. Like just more milk?
It's milk, and then I put collagen in it.
Collagen?
It's so good. Yeah, it's so good. It's got some protein, some added protein, and whatever other good things
It's
that
flavored.
are in. Yes, it's flavored. This one is. They take some of it from coconut, so it tastes like coconut.
And vanilla. Is that one vanilla and coconut vanilla? Or is it
Maybe it's both. Yeah. It's very yummy. I just mix it with warm milk, and I just stir it up in warm milk, and it's very good.
Coconut.
Say that again?
It's made from coconut?
Part of it's made from part of the collagen comes from coconuts.
Because I've never even heard that before. Honestly, it sounds like a medical term to me.
Yeah, it is collagen. It's like a thing in the body.
Yes.
So you hear it with like skin products and stuff. They'll be like added collagen.
It's like the stretchy parts, stuff, elastic stuff, like in
Exactly. In fact,
cartilage, like in your knee and anywhere,
Yes.
like joints, the cartilage stuff.
Collagen is like helps with that
Yeah.
smooth. Yeah. So it has bovine collagen, so that's from cows, and then it has coconut. It comes from coconuts as well.
And coconut, apparently everything about coconut is great for you. Coconut oil.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Right. Yeah. So this one, it's very yummy, and yeah, it says it's like good for your hair, skin, nails,
yes. Joints.
and I mainly just think it's delicious. But I have it for breakfast sometimes because I don't super like to eat a big breakfast, and then that'd be all I need. I won't get hungry.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm gonna try and find some today.
Oh yeah, it's got this one. It comes from both, but you can get it. You can get. I think solid.
How long have we been on the phone?
I don't know, but it says your call ends in.
I was going to say, did you get that too? Call ends and three group calls have a limit of 1 hour.
Oh, we have a limited time. I see. All right. Well, that's fine. We're done anyway.
Yeah,
Did you see that last time? What?
I mean, it's supposed to be recording for 47 minutes, so that's about right. It's the limit is 1 hour.
But we didn't get it last time, did we?
It seemed like it was a much longer chapter.
That's what I thought. It seemed like it was way longer, but
Maybe we didn't chat as long at the beginning.
Maybe, like, if you just do a direct video and like someone else gets a different setup on one of these meetings. I don't
And
know.
the format is different for me than it was last time. The way it's formatted on my phone looks different, so I think it's like a different type of meeting. I mean, the same thing's happening, but anywho.
well, we can experiment.
I just wanted to quickly ask before we go, Scott, that painting, I have to go through 4 names before I could say Scott's name. Scott, that painting behind you, did you paint that mountain for that painting?
This
Like a mountain with a pink. Oh, it's good. It's from a streamer or something, I bet. I see like 1 of 36 or whatever behind. Oh, it's so pretty.
It's very pretty.
Yeah, that's from another piano streamer, just like Jonathan.
Laura, is it?
Yeah, it's Laura.
Laura, yeah, okay.
So
I remember now I remember a long time ago that you told me that.
yeah, I signed up and was actually there like on stream whenever launch happened to get the numbered copy 1 out of 50. So yeah, that's where that comes from. Yeah,
that's so cool.
Style of boss, she said.
Yeah, it does look like that. Yeah, that's cool. I like it. It's okay. We can see it fairly well. Yeah. When it goes below or above the glare, we can see it good.
Yeah, it's
But
really good. The
I like
colors are great.
Leona would like it. But you get Leona to make you a painting and send you a painting.
Oh, yeah.
Here, let me put this back.
Okay. One out of 50. Wow. Oh, he's got the video going, so he's gonna later see you and I trying to dumbly figure out what the water, if the the hot water had.
Yeah. The hot water, what does that do with that? I don't know.
He can re-listen to our whole water conversation later. I forgot. There we go. All right, thanks for showing me.
Yeah, sure. No, I like to show that off. I mean, it's a limited edition thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we have to get Leona to make you a painting. She's a stellar painter.
Yes. She's very good.
And sketch artist. She draws. She's really in a thing of people now. She draws portraits. But she does all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, she doesn't do much claymation anymore, does she? She used to do claymation videos on her iPad. They're so cute. I love that one of Baby Yoda. Roku.
Yeah. Yeah, like Grogu. Yeah, exactly. She makes them go roll and bring a little ball over. And yeah, I know she likes to do stop motion, any kind of stuff.
Yes.
That's just how you do it. She used to draw or paint.
Yeah, Night Over for Christmas. That was a pretty good one.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yes.
They watched. I could watch that this year for the first time because before they were like, "That looks scary." I'm like, "It's really not scary. I promise, it's like not scary." Like, it looks scary.
It looks scary.
Like, I promise. Like, oh, it's not that scary. It's just like a little bit. Like, I know. I told you.
Yeah, they're very careful about that. I like that.
I know. I don't like scary things.
Yeah,
They probably got that from me because I hate scary movies.
Yeah. And once you've seen it, you cannot unsee it.
That's the problem. And I have that with stuff that's not even that scary. I remember when I was a kid, the stupid movie My Girl. That movie made me so upset for so long. I would cry at night because I was so upset from that dumb movie. And it's not scary at all. It's just like sad. The boy he gets
so
stung by bees until he dies from bee stings. And I was so upset. But that's just, and then it just sticks with me. Like, I just think of it and think of it and think of it and think of it. So they probably got that from me. I'm like, let's just steer clear of the scary things.
Yes.
I really liked the movie, The Quiet Place. And I wanted to watch it because I love John Krasinski, so I was like, it's probably going to be too scary. But I waited till it came out, and I got a copy I could watch here at home with the lights on, and I loved it. But my kids were like, "Whoa, you're watching a scary movie? Like what?" I'm like, "Well, but it's not. It's got a great story. It's not scary just for it being scary. It's a good story that just happens to be set in a scary setting." But very much like, I can't believe you're watching something scary.
Yeah, I'll still just pass on that.
Probably like that. You probably wouldn't get scared. Or it wouldn't bother you. Anywho, I guess better go. I think we're at the point where it's going to kick us off.
Yep, 7 minutes.
Oh, okay. You got to count now.
Yep. I just didn't do this reminder.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Well, thank you all very much.
Yeah, let's get to show you another Twitch drawing Mom's Dragon.
No.
Yeah, here. Does the screen share actually work?
I don't know. Let's find out.
It's of the green dragon that Mom drew, or Mom painted, or it's the pastels actually, right?
Oh, are those two different things?
What?
The pastel versus green dragon, or
No, same thing.
No, same thing. I was trying to remember what hers was done, what Mom's was.
Yeah, it's not technically painted. It's a pastel drawing.
Yeah. So did it actually share my screen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Tom Riddle is presenting.
But you have the physical tile thing, right?